Salutations, I'm Sarah Fandoms, and you are currently speaking with Wendy. I was not going to originally address this, because I was just cracking up as like people being on the internet, and they're way too confident behind their screens. But clearly there is a misunderstanding, or people are just really dumb, I don't know. And like, I know that like, that is not how you should start off a controversy video. But at this point, that's what I'm cracking it up to be. So, if you're unaware, I do cosplay. I'm the main alter who does cosplay. I think some of my other alters will once in a while. Like, I know Mikey will. I know Kit kind of does it, but only if Mikey wants him to. It's not really their thing. It's mainly my thing. I'm the main cosplayer. I do a shit ton of cosplay. I mainly post it on a very particular Instagram and a TikTok account. And, it started off with my Nezuko cosplay. I kept getting people being like, people aren't going to want to be friends with you because you keep making Nezuko sexual. Nobody wants to hang out with a cosplayer who uses Nezuko on adult sites. No one wants to talk to a cosplayer who are cosplaying Nezuko like that. I'm just going to come out right and say it. I don't use my cosplays on adult sites. Like, I think the only one that I ever did was, like, Dorothy, and that was, like, a complete paid shoot. It was, like, an aged-up version to Dorothy, and it wasn't, like, it was supposed to be, like, her dress, but as myself, if that makes sense, with her red shoes, and then, but, like, it was supposed to be, like, me, basically. But I want to first off point out that it doesn't matter what you cosplay, how you cosplay it, where you cosplay it. You're allowed to cosplay as you want. But the main thing that is bothering me is the PDF allegations. You can call me a lot of things. One thing I will always immediately put a stop to is that it really started with Nezuko. Even though nothing I did as Nezuko was sexual. Nothing I did as Nezuko was dirty. It wasn't like me gyrating. It wasn't me twerking. It wasn't me sticking out my tongue and looking up at the camera. It wasn't me drooling. It wasn't like anything to do with my feet. It was all normal, mundane lip syncing videos. Like just things that would go along with the character, things of me just dancing around. I can't remember everything that I did because it's been a bit, I'd have to go back, but like, I know nothing that I did was sexual. Then I got into cosplaying Bluey and Bingo, which are like my most popular cosplays when I go out to cons. People love when me and my partner dress up. I usually do Bingo and he does Bandit. And I started doing my cosplay online as well. I have multiple different versions to Bingo particularly, because Bingo is my personal favorite. I relate to that character in so many ways. But I've also done Bluey a little bit. And Bluey was fine. Keep in mind, my Bluey and Bingo were insanely similar. Like, there really wasn't much different. Like, hold on, I'm just going to show you real quick. So like, there's one example, although the music is muted because I would not be allowed on here, you know, it would get removed for copywritten or right, whatever. So the music's muted, but it's the same song, same dance, pretty much same outfit, just one's blue and one's orange. Nothing is dirty about that. There is nothing sexualizing anybody. That is not my fault that you were viewing me dressed in a bodysuit as inappropriate. I know why we're feeling that way. It's because I'm a grown woman. I am not tiny. I am not fragile. I'm not 90 pounds. I'm not a little cute teenager. I am 26 years old. I have a chest. I have a stomach. I have hips. I have thighs. These things are not inherently sexual. These things are my body. My body is fine the way that it is. I'm sorry that you are uncomfortable with my body, but you can easily block me. Saying someone is attracted to children is a very harsh allegation, especially when they are not doing anything sexual. When they are just doing normal, mundane things that the character would do, that does not make a character sexual. seeing my thighs does not make a character sexual. One thing that I don't do is I don't wear heavy makeup. I don't put on wigs. I don't do full on like a million outfits, like a bunch of clothing in one. I don't bind my chest. These are things that I choose not to do. Not because I'm a lazy cosplayer, but because I personally have very hard sensory issues. When I wear a wig, I feel dysphoric. It makes me feel uncomfortable. My head starts to hurt really bad. I don't even really like putting up my hair because my head starts to hurt so bad. Makeup causes me to get chemical burns. I don't know if you can, I don't think the camera's showing it. Hold on, I can actually show you. So this is from a makeup look that I did not that long ago. It looks like a sunburn. That's why I don't wear makeup. Once in a while I will, but I try really hard not to put it on due to it looking like a sunburn whenever I do. Unfortunately, that's my life. Attraction to children is a very severe allegation. Although I am my little space has nothing to do with cosplay. I'm not doing little space at all. And that is also not an allegation that you can be like, oh, see, you're into kids. Being into children and being into adult bodies are two very different things. People attracted to children don't go for people into adult bodies, nor would they dress up as children. People attracted to children go after biologically children, specifically pedophiles who go after pubescent children, where an edophile would go after someone who is a teenager. I watch way too much true crime. Because I am dressed as Bingo in a bodysuit does not automatically make me attracted to that character. I am not attracted to Bingo. I'm not attracted to Bluey either. I just like dressing up and dancing around, especially if I relate to your character. Nezuko was not a sexual cosplay. I just have a body. And I don't bind my chest. That is a personal choice. My certain body parts will move around as I move around because that's how physics work. I have a little bit of a larger chest than some females. Therefore, mine kind of are a little bit more dominating in a lot of my outfits. It's not me trying to push them up. It's not me trying to make you look at them. It's actually something that I would like to remove, but I can't because there's just other issues with it. But that's not something that I personally have the means to do. I live in America. I can't afford that. And binding makes me feel like I can't breathe, even if the binder is to my size. These are not excuses. These are just my personal explanations that I don't even owe you. I'm giving you them to hopefully stop the allegations. Being attracted to children is something very serious, and dressing up as a random character and having an adult body does not automatically mean that I find that child attractive. It just means that I'm a random adult who's probably a nerd, which isn't a bad thing. Just dressing up and having fun. That is all I'm doing, is being silly and making silly videos on the internet. I'm not twerking. I'm not sticking out my tongue. I'm not doing aggro face. I'm not promoting my adult sites. My cosplay and adult content and age play content are three separate things. Age play is one thing, cosplay is another thing, and my adult sites are my job. I can do these things for me without it relating back to either one of those things. My main point is that you cannot look at a cosplayer and assume that they are being sexual simply because you can see their thighs, simply because they have an adult body. I should not have to hide my body to make you think that I'm not being sexual. If you are taking a bodysuit, a cosplay outfit, a cosplay uniform as sexual, that is not my fault. That is something you need to work on within yourself and asking yourself, why do you feel like this is sexualization, even though there is no sexual music, there's no sexual dancing, there's no sexual, like, anything. It's just me existing in a cosplay setting. If you are taking someone simply existing in a cosplay setting as sexual simply because I don't go all out like some cosplayers, that is not my personal fault. That would be on you, and I think something that you would need to work through with a therapist or a specialist in trying to understand why you feel this way. age play is a very separate matter. That still does not make someone attracted to children. Age play is a role play between two consenting adults. Age play could be between more consenting adults, but it's always with adults with adult bodies. Therefore, it still is not attracted to children. I don't even want to speak about this. It makes me dissociate so fucking hard. Because I am a child of sexual abuse. I grew up sexually abused for a very long time. I take these allegations very seriously, and it's just a little frustrating that simply because I'm in a full-grown adult body, I am automatically attracted to children just because I did a random cosplay. Meanwhile, all these other people who are my age doing the same cosplays, but they're 90 pounds with tiny tits. And that's fine, but because I'm a grown woman, I can only cosplay certain characters? No, that's not how that works. We cannot control how our bodies look. We cannot control how our bodies present. If I'm not doing anything sexual in the video, I think you need to take a step back and think, why is this sexual to me? A bodysuit does not automatically make someone sexualizing a particular character. It just means that they are cosplaying a particular character and you are taking it in a very particular manner. And although usually I would not be the one to say that you are taking it that way, you are taking it that way. Nothing I'm doing as Bingo is sexual, and my proof comes from, I don't get the same comments for Bluey, it's only Bingo. And my Bluey and Bingo cosplay are very identical, in my opinion. Literally, the spot just changes on the eye, and I think Bingo, I added a little bit more brown spots. It is the exact same cosplay in the exact same outfit. One's blue and one's orange. My tail is a tie-on tail when I do choose to wear it. It's not like a sexual tail. It's not a plug tail. It's, you literally tie it on. I can prove that right now. The tail and ears that I got came from a cosplay shop, so they're not for a pet play. And if I choose to use it for that, that still doesn't mean I am sexualizing that character. It just means I'm using it. Like, I wear this tail particularly all the time because blue is my favorite color. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's Bluey. Bingo is my favorite cosplay. The original alter to start the cosplays of Bingo and Bluey was named Mikey, and I promise you that kid, not actually a kid, Mikey's an adult, but I just call Mikey a kid because she's much younger than me. Just really likes the show, finds it very educational. Mikey's very into education and child development and learning. Mikey absolutely adores Bingo and Bluey. There is nothing sexual in the cosplays that we are doing. Even when I think Kit did some of them, I think Kit did some of the Bingos as well, was sexual. I think the most that you could probably get me for is like the emo Bluey, but it wasn't like supposed to be taken that way. It was just supposed to be like, oh, a rebel teenager, like, you can't tell me what to do. I listened to bad music, as most of us did in our teenage years. It was supposed to be just a joke. I don't even think I posted those yet. And nothing even done. I think, like, the worst that Kid did was, like, Everywhere I Go, which, like, every fucking emo kid listens to. But it wasn't meant to be taken as, like, oh, you want to fuck kids. Like, no, it's just simply an emo-themed Bingo and Bluey. Outside of that, I apologize that you take it that way. I apologize that you see me in a negative light, but that was never the message I was sending, and there really is not much I can do for that. It's just something that you have to look inside yourself for. You have to understand that not every adult in a bodysuit is trying to promote adult content. Not every adult is trying to solicit you into inappropriate services. I'm just cosplaying. Cosplay is a hobby that I've done since I was like 16. I really like cosplaying. I think it's fun. I do all sorts of characters. Bingo and Bluey just right now are what I'm posting, but I also do Alistair. I also do Angel Dust. Obviously those two are more grown up and have more of a grown up feel to those personal videos because they're adult and Angel's literally a P star, so obviously I'm going to copy what Angel does. That's the whole point of cosplaying, is getting in a character. One last thing that I'd like to add is, why are all my accounts named Bless? Simply, I don't want kids on my account. Even if my account is not promoting adult sites, like my cosplays do not promote adult sites. My cosplay accounts are not made to solicit that stuff. It's just to show off my cosplays. I'm still 18 plus because I am 26 years old and do not feel comfortable interacting with someone underneath the age of 18. It's just my personal preference. 18 plus does not always mean that I'm offering something sexual. It just means that I would like adults only on my site. It doesn't have to be that deep. You are making it that deep. With that being said, I hope you will have a great day, and I hope you learn from this and stay beautiful. Bye.